Oh man, we're a little rusty. Like that was pretty comical how bad we were technically for a second there.
Take a couple weeks off and look what happens.
Honestly, it took us probably 7 minutes we couldn't hear me, then we couldn't hear you.
That was a debacle.
Rusty as hell.
Yeah, no good. Actually, I'm gonna put it on Facebook. People know that we're live now.
Yeah, let them know.
Let the boys know.
We kept the people waiting for too long, I feel like. But we got a few people watching already.
Oh, Chad spicing up the chat. Cooch just threw down a $500 wager offer.
I did see that. I love that.
Cooch is feeling very confident right now.
I mean, those odds just don't make sense. Like
no.
They're 1 game out of the toilet bowl.
Right now. I would take that bet.
I guess technically 2 games out. Yeah, they're 2 games out with 10 to go.
What's the head-to-head on VIP and NH?
Let's see. Let's see. Schedule. VIP.
You notice I wore a collared shirt again?
I was going to comment that. I think you're wearing the same shirt from last night. They're 1-1.
Oh, wow.
VIP won big early in the year, and then NHI won 10-8 later in the year. They play again in like 2 weeks.
All right, so that'll actually be a pretty important game.
I mean, all of these games are going to be important. It's crazy how close we say it every single week. Because people are probably sick of us saying it, but it's just ridiculous how close
those
standings are.
Those standings were nuts. Like posting them today, I'm like, holy shit!
It's like nuts.
And 1 loss changes so much, or 1 win changes so much for a team, or like, you know what I mean? Like you can just flip them, 3 spots, right?
It feels like just yesterday it was like not firmly, but like Tormeo, Peterson, or Buckley in like the top 2.
Yeah, and then Monahan went from 6th to 2nd.
Yeah, Monahan's rolling. VFW is playing very well. I mean, Phantom is just absolutely rolling. But we're gonna get into all of that. But welcome everybody, Merrimack Minute. Sorry we missed last week. Had some other things going on. We weren't able to record. We were going to try to do it Sunday, and that just didn't work out. Colby was playing all day Sunday, which was a good thing. But so thanks for joining us. We're going to try to make this again an hour, maybe 45 minutes. We got a lot to recap here, a lot to look forward to. First of all, Colby, you kind of stole what I was going to go with, but
sure.
I like the colored shirt back-to-back nights for you.
Well, I kind of felt like I had to make a statement and wear it on here. I did change after work, but instead of changing into something else, I decided to throw a clean collared shirt on.
Wow. So that's a fresh collared shirt.
Oh yeah. I just took it out of the drawer. For the pod.
Wow. Okay. So you're committed now to the collared shirt look.
I'm just keeping it professional. Yeah.
The softball collared shirt look. Are you trying to start a trend here?
Maybe it could be something new.
I mean, you were hitting pretty well in the collared shirt last night.
I think I hit well. I fielded pretty well. It just, I think it brought a different level of confidence in me.
So you think you're going to stick with it going forward?
Maybe until I get my jerseys, or maybe I'll wear a collared shirt under the jersey.
Maybe you should cancel your jersey order and get everybody collared shirts.
Everyone's going to get polos. Yeah.
Just everybody gets polos and you guys all wear them the rest of the year.
The worst part is it wasn't even it wasn't like a dry fit golf polo. It was fucking
it didn't look comfortable at all.
No.
To be sweating in, it was probably sticking to you.
It was fucking warm. Yeah, it was like a wet towel.
Yeah. Brutal. But hey, whatever works, man.
That's right.
Whatever works. I wanted you to wear it the rest of the night though. Like you changed into Teddy's shirt after that, but I wanted to see you commit to it for the whole night.
I think I would have had a heat stroke if I did though. It was laying on top of me and I just felt weighed down. I couldn't handle it anymore.
Jeez.
And the amount of times I'd have to answer to it. Tommy was already giving me a hard time. I couldn't listen to that guy anymore. He shows up once every blue moon and he's got something to say.
Everybody had something to say about the collared shirt though. I mean, come on.
It was a statement. That's all.
I haven't seen that in a long time. My first few years in the league, our team had a strikeout shirt. It was a pink polo with an bedazzled K on the back of the polo shirt.
Love that. I'd rock that.
And it was the most uncomfortably hot, the worst material ever.
Like one of those old rugby shirts.
Yeah,
thick ones.
I don't think I ever actually had to wear it, but I remember just checking it out once and be like, dude, I can't imagine playing softball on this thing.
Yeah.
Like it just
Telling
looks
you, it was
miserable.
I was waiting for the second, like I was playing shortstop to start. I was like, I'm sweating my ass off. I can guarantee there's gonna be play where I have to dive. And it was just everything would just stick right to the shirt.
Well, it's just like buttons just going like just
Yeah.
digging into your chest at that
Right
point.
right into my sternum.
Yeah.
Would not have been ideal.
Well, yeah, no injuries out of you last night from diving in
Nope.
the collared shirt, so we're good.
No, good to go.
So again, we didn't have a episode last week, so let's start with the All-Star game. So last week was the All-Star game. A lot of fun. What a turnout down there that night.
It was a blast. It, definitely like the beginning, I was kind of like, maybe it's a little bit of a dud. But then as the game get going, like the people that were rolling in, it turned out to be like a great time and a great vibe all around being there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great vibe. I don't know if we said it in the draft episode or what, but a lot of times in those All-Star games, like you expect it to be, 35-31, like something crazy. And
Madness.
A lot of the times
ridiculous.
it's a lot of defense and guys maybe overswinging a little bit. But like you said, the vibe was great down there the whole night.
Yeah, I mean, besides the game being a pillow fight, it was a pretty good time.
I mean, we decided to play 9 innings, and I don't know if you watched any of J-Ro's like stream of it.
No, I couldn't.
If anyone hasn't watched the stream of the All-Star game, definitely worth a watch. J-Ro is fucking hilarious in that. Like the shit that he's saying about people and like 2 people. The time he chased Dobbs down for the double was hilarious. Because he was like leading up to it. He's like, it's gonna be a never before seen, like a first ever. And then he just chased Dobbs down. It's great. Honestly, it was great, like video. But J-Ro was very mad at the beginning when he heard that we were actually going 9 innings instead of 7. He was like, "Oh boy,
guy's so fucking grouchy." That guy complained about getting handed free money. I swear to God.
He thought it was going to be like the longest game ever, 2-hour game, and it ended up being like shorter than a regular league game. It was 16. Yeah. It was like 16-10, I think, was the final.
And it was like an hour and 10 minutes.
I think it was less than an hour. I think the game ended at like 8:05 maybe. So
yeah, it was a joke.
I don't know if we started on time, but I wouldn't say it was a joke. But it was a good time. I think a lot of excitement about what we can do next year. A lot of people wanted a home run derby, which we definitely would have had time for a home run derby, knowing what we know now.
Peyton, get out of here. Yeah, knowing what we know now, but at the same point, it's like, imagine that game did go for X amount of time. Then all of a sudden we're looking to do a home run derby. Exactly. It would have been like the Killa softball one. That home run derby went till like 12:30 at night.
Yeah, see, that's what we don't want. Especially, I mean, at least theirs was a Friday night, right?
Right,
like,
yeah.
We don't want that on a Wednesday night or a Monday night.
No chance. That'd be brutal.
But that's a little lead in for us. We definitely wanted to do a home run derby. We didn't end up doing it that night, but we are going to do a home run derby for the league this year. More details to come in the next few weeks. But we decided to do the home run derby on the toilet bowl night. So the toilet bowl night's going to end up being like a very fun night down at the field. It's always a good time because it's, sudden death game, 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9. But now we're going to have a home run derby after it. So hoping that we get kind of similar like attendance and vibes as we did for the All-Star game that night. But
I don't see why not either. And like someone was saying a couple nights ago, it's an opportunity for us to run raffles again and stuff like that, where there's so many of us have the night off. So I think that's a perfect opportunity to just create the same exact thing. Same sort of event.
Totally. Everyone seemed to be having fun that night. I think the toilet bowl, the added part to that is just we'll also figure out what the playoff matchups will be that night. Mm-hmm. Because once the toilet bowl is done, the coaches will have to decide that night, the team that finishes in first, which is probably going to be you. You'll have to decide who you want to play in the first round, then the second place team, then the third place team. So
I'm going to take my sweet ass time with that pick.
Well, I really hope you don't. But that's one of the best parts of our league. And we'll get into that more as we get towards the playoffs. But the fact that the 1 seed can pick who they want to play from the huge teams is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely one of the cooler rule changes we made.
Even last year with Tomahawk, I wouldn't have wanted to just be instantly matched up with them. You don't know what version you were going to get or what day they were going to come out and put up friggin' 25 runs.
Right. And towards the end of the season, when teams already know they're going to be in the toilet bowl, there's no need to tank and shit like that. Like
right.
There's because even if you finish in 5th, the 1 seed could still pick you. Like
yeah, exactly.
You could finish anywhere 5 through 8, and you can end up getting the 1 seed. So this might be the hottest take of the year so far. Gio saying that Holtz is going to win the whole thing. I'll just say this, Gio. If that was to happen, that would be one of the best things that ever happened in the whole league history.
There'd be anarchy,
probably. If a team that starts 1-16 just gets hot at the playoffs and just starts rolling through teams and wins the whole thing. I don't know what the odds are on that. I don't know what the odds are on that. Probably not great. But,
yeah, Chad, where are you?
If Chad's in here, give us a line on the Holtz championship. TA asking if number 1 can pick number 3 in terms of the seeds. I think that's what he's asking, right? The 1 seed can pick anyone.
I think it has to go below
anyone that's basically not a top 4 seed. So whoever comes out of the toilet bowl plus the 6 and 7, 5 and 6 seed.
Yeah, because they have their right to pick.
Yep, exactly. Anything else on the All-Star game? I know we kind of zipped through it, but that's kind of the way the game went. So,
yeah, no, not really. I mean, I think it was fun, and I think this year, I enjoyed that the coaches picked, competitive people, so that we really, I mean, it didn't show it on the field so much or like the scoreboard, but we had a lot of talent on that field, which was, it was fun to see, fun to put together, and like as a coach, like setting everyone up, putting a lineup together, it was pretty fun to do all that. So. Yeah. I'd like to try and, keep that system where, people are getting recognized, but there is also the benefit of keeping our top tier talent on the field kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think we can compare it to the Rochester games. I think it's hard to say it's a much different vibe because the vibe at the Rochester games was still our league. Like it was all our league that was like creating the vibe at the field for those Rochester games.
Right.
So, but the fact that it's like Merrimack guys versus Merrimack guys, we got guys that are on the same team in league playing against each other in the game. I think it's an awesome thing that we do. A lot of good ideas already about, making it better next year, maybe getting more guys, maybe having more teams, having like a little tournament type of thing. A lot of different things we could do, but very encouraging start, I think, for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. That was really fun.
And like TA's right. The Bat Boy was the absolute
fire.
Man.
Yeah.
Kyle Hamill's son.
He killed it.
Yeah.
I think too, it was nice because this is my first year that we had an all-star game that was like within us. It was nice to have it like just there, Martell, see everybody and whatever. So
yeah, on a Monday or Wednesday night, not on a Sunday. And everybody was hanging out. Good vibes. Nobody's taking the game too seriously at all. Yeah, it was a good time.
That's good.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move on. We got 10 games left in the regular season.
I feel like that flew. Like I feel like the halfway point was here and then it was gone. I feel like the last few weeks have just gone by like nothing.
You hit 4th of July and it's like, all right.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's
second half of the year and
playoffs
the next you're like, wow, 10 games left, 5 games left. Playoffs, here we go. Because I think we got maybe 5. Yeah, we got 5 weeks left. So 10 games, 5 weeks. A lot still can happen. But let's take a look at this week. So I'm going to need your help for sure on Monday night because never mind. Actually, we're gonna have a hard time because you weren't there Monday either.
I was not there Monday.
Shit. I was also not there Monday. So we should probably get through Monday pretty quick.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
That'll be pretty easy. So first game on Monday was at the Legion. Monahan with the 27-21 win over VIP. Again, I don't know anything about this game, but VIP just seems to consistently score 20 plus runs. It's going to come down to if they can start holding teams to under 20, but their differential is good. They just keep hanging around, but they couldn't pull it off on Monday.
Yeah. I mean, I really can't explain. I don't understand them. It's like, I mean, someone said it in the chat or in one of the comments, just like the amount of runs they are putting up is like, it's madness. I don't know. They have a pitcher, they have a pitcher. They have, good players. I think a pretty decent defense. Just doesn't really all click at once.
Yeah. No, I think that's a team that's going to be potentially pretty scary when it comes to playoffs. If you're one of those top teams that, I couldn't see you guys picking them as your first choice if they're in the bottom,
No.
6 teams or something like that. So somebody, the 3 or the 4 seed could end up getting them, and they're a weird matchup. I feel like you never know what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah, I mean, in the same with like Torromeo with the direction they're going. I don't even know what the hell they're doing.
I mean, they're starting to make my prediction and TA's predictions look pretty good. But
yeah, fire. Yeah, but like to me, like I don't know. I still wouldn't feel like totally comfortable picking them, even if they did fall.
Right. I mean, every team's gonna have a really good 10 on paper, but it's still. I mean, those 2 teams we were just talking about could win 8 of the last 10 and be in the top 4, and this could be nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yep.
A lot could still happen. So, Monahan with the win there at the Legion. Next up was supposed to be the 6:30 game at Martel. Unfortunately, we did have our second forfeit of the year. The Buckley boys were on the winning end of that forfeit. So what we did was, so that we didn't have to send extra umpires down, we actually moved the Twardowski game over to 6:30 at Martel. That's where VFW played Peterson Painting. And VFW had their first of 2 blowout wins of the week in this one.
Did they have a blowout win last night? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. Okay. Heard. Yes, I did kind of see that. Actually, I lied.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Monahan's game with like their big win. I mean, we kind of called it, right? TA always just like does his thing, and then all of a sudden, trade deadline comes and goes, whether he makes big moves or not, and it's like, well, here they are, second place.
I know,
like right on top of us.
They're right there. I think we've been saying that the whole time. Never doubt Monahan. Well, at least while TA's at the helm.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
I don't know. So yeah, I don't know if you know anything about that VFW Peterson game. I didn't really have any. The only thing I know is that Josh Lee has like a partially torn or potentially torn ACL, and he's still out there hitting home runs.
He hit a bomb against us last night. Grand slam.
Very impressive to me. Very impressive to me.
It wasn't an ideal situation. I couldn't believe it.
I know if I had an injured knee like that, like I would probably be watching a lot of Netflix and hanging out.
I'm good. I would not be down I am so good. I would not be down there.
Yeah.
It seems wild to me, but I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're 22 years old.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a little different.
and I get it too. I was actually talking to him about it last night. Like, as much as I say I would just be watching Netflix, like I would get pretty sick of that pretty quickly and be like, dude, I need to get out and like see people.
Yeah, little cabin fever.
So, yeah.
But I mean, I still wouldn't picture myself playing until I had results.
I mean, he's walking pretty well. Like he's not like limping or anything like that. He's got his knee wrapped up, but still pretty boss move to be out there still hitting home runs. I think he had his MRI today. So Josh Lee, hope it went well, man. Hope you got some good news.
They're like, Josh, what are you doing here? There's nothing wrong with your knee.
Or they're like, dude, how are you still walking? Like you're a tough bastard. Like this.
We're gonna take the leg off.
Yeah. All right, next one. Wow, this might be the first time Hayes has been.
I was just gonna say, Hayes is here. Time to shut it down.
Hello, Hayes. It's good to see you.
Hi, Corey.
If this was during the school year, this would be way past his bedtime. He would not be here. But and Dugas, you're right. He's an Iron Man. Too.
Dude.
He's an absolute Iron Man. He's a guy that went on the DL for 2 games. I was like, damn, man, he's going to be out for a while.
And he's been pitching.
Next thing I know, he's playing. I'm like, oh, okay. Badass. So the last 2 games Monday, I did get a little bit info on some of those, but both obviously battles here, really close games, both with the exact same score. The first one was Phantom. They pulled off the 1-run win over Torromeo. Heard this was, I heard this was a pretty close game throughout, if I remember correctly. And I believe in the bottom of the 7th, Torromeo had a winning run at the plate with 1 out, and they grounded into a double play to end the game. Is what I believe is how the game ended.
Ouch.
I won't divulge who it was that grounded into the game-ending double play with a home run in the bank, but definitely wasn't the coach of the team. Definitely not.
How embarrassing.
And then in the last game, the 8:30 game, I heard this one got a little chippy. I heard this one was
That's what I heard too. A little heated.
Yeah, a little extracurricular stuff going on in this game. But from what I heard, I know you weren't there for your squad. I don't know if you have more info on the game, but I'm pretty sure I heard the NHI was winning most of the game, and then you guys rallied at the end. And I think it was a walk-off win, right?
Yeah, I think the story that I got was that the boys started to like chip away at it, and then at some point, either there was a guy on or a guy on first and second or something like that, and I think NHI decided to walk both Dustin and Hud, and then it went to Laporte, and Laporte blew one out. I think Dustin said just like a mere 375 feet, but it was for an out. And then Schultz came up and hit a walk off.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you guys are out of home runs. Gotcha.
Yeah. And Schultz has been huge all year, so not surprised at all. He's been fantastic at the plate and always hustling. So this is an awesome spot for him.
Yeah. Well, you're getting Hayes isn't shy about correcting people, but you're getting the
all correct. From I like that
on that. So it sounds like we're on the money there.
Just out here speaking facts.
Yeah. So I think he said you guys scored 6 in the 7th, and it looks like you were the home team. So
it's huge.
Yeah.
Way to be, boys.
Good win out of you guys. So yeah,
Dustin was just getting them going with his attitude.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep the boys fired up.
I heard Dustin was into the game. Let's just say that.
Yeah, at least.
Moving on, Wednesday night. So last night, this game at the Legion, I saw the VIP guys down at Martel the whole night. I had no idea that they blew out Torromeo that bad. I didn't realize that Torromeo scored 3 runs last night.
Yeah, someone walked right up and said something. I was like, "Oh, how was the game?" And they instantly just like looked and rolled their eyes because it was just a blowout. I forget who it was that I ran into though, but
might have been Brett. Bad. But I was with Brett last night.
It was Brett. It was exactly. Yeah, it was Brett.
It might have been Brett, but I was with Brett and Jano.
He was like this. He was Torromeo.
I was with Brett and Jano. They played against each other in that game, and neither of them told me like what happened in that game. But good win for VIP. Again, they're just hanging around at 20 plus runs a game. I mean, they're not going to hold teams to 3 every game, but if you can hold them to, 15, 16, 17, they're going to put themselves in a lot of positions to win. If they're doing
exact that. Right now, 330.
Yeah, they have the most runs for. I mean, we're going to look at the standings in a minute, but
yeah, I mean they're just under 19.5 runs a game.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's really good.
It's great. Yeah.
Obviously, it's the best in the league, but yeah, it's a tough one for Torromeo. Tough week, 0-2. They are sliding a little bit.
Yeah, not ideal at all. I'm wondering like what it is though. Is it, I feel like KP and Artie kind of go back and forth pitching. Like, does there have to be a little bit more consistency starting to head into like the end of the season and playoffs? Start kind of having your guys find like a settled spot. I don't know. I
think for some teams, it's just kind of that middle of the year, just kind of like almost like dog days of summer type of thing where it's, you got people going on vacations and, you're never getting the same guys there, and some guys aren't really playing much. It might not be their like focus right now. I don't know if that's what's going on in their team, but I think that's what you see sometimes around this time of the year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of like getting a little complacent, but that always turns around. Like once we get to the last like 5 or 6 games and it's the playoff push, everybody kind of gets it back into gear for that. So that was that game. Moving on to the 6:30 last night, A&D with the this was a really good game for a lot of different reasons, but you guys won 17-16 over Peterson. I know you guys played with 9 for the first 4 innings of this game.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I think so. Yeah.
And at one point with 9, you guys were up 11-0 at one point.
11-0. Yeah.
With 9.
And then Peterson had an absolute scary inning, and that's when Josh hit that bomb for a grand slam.
Yep. And then next thing I know, I'm like trying to make my lineup for the 7:30. I was like, are these guys really going to run rule them with 9 right now? I was like, that would be a first. I don't think I've ever heard of that. And I was like, that would be a tough look. It's hard to come back from that. But next thing I know, it was like a 1-run. It was like a 4-run game, and it was the 7th inning. And I think Zach Graham hit another home run. He had 2 opposite field home runs. He hit one in the top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th. Oh no.
Were you guys away or home? Because we did the coin flips last
night. We were away.
So it was bottom 7.
Bottom 7.
And Zach Graham hits a 3-runner to get down to 1. with 2 outs. And then I don't remember who the last batter was, but I think he flew
Cairo,
out.
I think. Yeah, Cairo.
He flew out.
No, when it was over to Hud, it ground ball to Hud, and Hud turned around at third and threw it over to Savage at first.
The old lefty third baseman. Yeah.
Don't tell Corey that I played a lefty at third. I don't even let him play second.
But good win for you guys. Obviously shorthanded, only had 9.
Yep.
And then not only did you get a 10th guy during the game, but you got a 10th guy that carries the squad.
Absolutely. Ford just brought a brand new energy again.
Yeah.
Except I will say he came, and then all of a sudden that's when they scored 9 runs, but we battled and held them off the whole time.
Yeah. So good one for you guys. Swept another week. You guys are rolling. You guys are rolling.
Just like I said, I don't take advice from Mitch. 1-1 is not the play.
1-1 is not the play.
1-1 is not the play. 2-0, baby.
That's been kind of the Buckley way. But so last night at Twardowski, this was another score that didn't surprise me, but Phantom 24-14 over NHI. I don't think you guys are obviously rolling, but you guys have just been consistently kind of from the beginning of the year. Phantom is hot right now.
Yeah, they got a fire under their ass right now for sure.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know what sparked it. I don't know what pep talk Mitch gave them or what natter day he gave them, but
I don't know.
The boys are ready.
I'm sure whatever he's doing, it's very inspirational. Definitely appropriate. And but I mean, it's the Mitchapalooza, man. Mitchapalooza will not end. But yeah, it kind of, I feel like it started with them, winning mostly close games. But we've talked about it before. They were on the wrong side of a lot of close games. Now they're winning close games. They're beating teams like comfortably. That's a team that's went from 9th place a few weeks ago to suddenly they realistically could finish in the top 3. Phantom. So
Chad said Mitch started pitching 8 games ago for us and turned around the season.
Okay. There it is. And he's got our line for us. Holtz is plus 2,600 to win it all. I actually think that might be too low.
I would throw, I mean, I feel like it is too.
It might be a little too low, but
26,000
plus 26,000. Like, yeah, maybe that's what it is. But so Phantom stays hot. NHI kind of. I mean, their last 10, they're 5-5. I think I saw, but it feels like they've been sliding a lot. It feels like it's been a lot worse than that.
I think it's been 1-4 or 1-5 since the deadline.
Yeah, I think when they made the trades at the deadline or around the deadline, I think they won like I know they won the first game huge and they won the second one, and then they've been kind of sliding ever since that. But they're a team that's only 3 games under 500 and they're 9th place.
So. Yeah, I also wouldn't really want to face them either. So we'll see.
7:30 last night. Monahan put it on us last night.
Sure did.
Very, very slow start to that game. I think I want to say it was like 4-2 going into the 4th inning. Both teams just weren't really hitting. And then Monahan started putting up a bunch. Monahan, the bottom of their order was really, really good last night. They were taking walks. They were getting base hits. They weren't hitting into bad outs. They were rolling to the top of the order. And I think we were down 9 at one point. We came out, we cut it to 4 or 5. And here we go.
The selfie joke.
The selfie king is back. But it was kind of a perfect storm for us of just this one inning. Monahan just put it on us. I think we were down. I want to say we were down 4. Maybe we were down 3 or 4 going into the top of the 6th inning, and they scored 16. And
they scored 16.
They scored 16 in that inning. I think
holy smokes.
They sent a lot of guys to the plate that inning. I want to say like 18 or so. I mean, obviously more than that, but they scored a ton in that inning, and it was just we were walking guys, we were making errors. Monahan, but mostly, I would say 90% of it was Monahan just getting hits. They were hitting it where we weren't, and
I mean they swing at the right pitches. It's tough to do.
Yep, they're rolling. I think they went 2-0 this week. VFW went 2-0 this week. A&D went 2-0 this week, and Phantom went 2-0 this week. So a lot of sweeps.
I think Billy's crediting the win. The score.
I was actually going to ask somebody like before the game. I was going to ask if we could get a count on how many times Levels is played during the game. I know it was definitely being played like before the game even started, like as we were about to take the field. But yeah, I don't know how many times it was played, but we got blown out. We got to bounce back, but yeah, Monahan's on a roll. And the last game of the night, tough one. VFW 21-4 over Holtz. This game went pretty quickly. VFW was just taking advantage of a lot of mistakes that were being made, and they were hitting. They were playing defense, and I don't know what else there is to say about that game.
No, it seemed like very deflating, very fast to watch.
Yeah,
it seemed like maybe like the first inning or two was like both teams were in it, and then it was very quickly one-sided.
Yeah, it was. There was at least one inning where I was just like, man,
not ideal.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, exactly.
Holtz could not get off the field, and but they just got to power through, and everybody technically makes the playoffs. So that is very funny because. I mean, I figured that TA probably didn't know. I mean, at this point, TA probably knows all the words because they have 5 songs in the playlist. But so they just play them on repeat. But yeah, I definitely knew it wasn't your playlist, TA.
TA's just like, hey, play song 3 again.
What's the one that I can like understand the words? Cool. So that's it for this week. Like I said, 4 teams went 2-0 this week. So we definitely saw some movement in the standings. Anything on this week before I move to the standings?
No, I was just say like you're like 4 teams went 2-0. We'll see some movement in the standings, but really it's like nope, still everyone just within a game of each other.
Well, everybody's still log jammed, but now we're just in like a different order.
Yeah, exactly. It's just funny.
So looking at these standings, you guys are 4 up on second place with 10 to go.
No texting and potting, please.
Sorry. You guys are up 4 with 10 to go. You guys are pretty much coasting there. Second place is a log jam too. 3 teams at 10 and 7. I think technically, so I don't know if you put it in the post on Facebook today or not. But for those who are asking, the website doesn't take into account the tiebreakers that our league uses. So obviously these are, for the most part, these standings are usually pretty accurate, but in the case of a tie, I think the website gives the advantage to the run differential.
Yeah, it does.
And that is not our tiebreaker. Actually, our first tiebreaker is just head to head. So for example, like if this was the way the season was to end, I think we're 2-0 against VFW and we're 2-1 against Monahan. So we would be the 2 seed. And then it would go to their head to head against each other.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, there's a bunch more tiebreakers. So if anyone's interested in the tiebreakers, if you really care that much with 10 games to go, they are in the bylaws, what you can see.
That'll be a great song, Billy.
Billy, you got me with that one. Please don't. But yeah, so if you really want to see the bylaws, there's a link to it. I think it's in the about section of the website, or it might just be on the homepage. But you can go in and you can see the tiebreakers. It's pretty detailed with examples and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, 3 teams tied for second, 2 teams tied for 5th. Peterson's by themselves in toilet bowl spot now at this point in 7th. VIP and NHI right behind them by 1 game, and then Holtz, they're going to finish in last.
Safe to say.
Pretty safe to say.
Yeah.
Anything that sticks out to you right now? Obviously, everybody's within. Most of these teams are within 1 or 2 games of each other, but anything that sticks out?
Yeah, I think a couple things. So Tormeo and Peterson sliding the way they have just as the season progressed is like kind of wild to me because of how red hot they were at the beginning.
Yep.
That kind of throws me off a lot. But at the same point, at least
can we revisit the fact that I did call Tormeo regional, and it's not looking that bad of a take right now.
No, it's looking.
And I think TA gave Peterson
pretty spot on.
I think TA gave Peterson the regional treatment. I think that's looking pretty good too right now.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but
no, it's spot on. But I think to take that into consideration, J-Rose team was like this last year, and he took him to the finals.
Yep.
So it's still not something to just sleep on. And I mean, saw it last night playing against me. They put up 9 runs like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Just absolutely peppered us.
Yeah. So. I mean, last year, as we know, was the 5 versus the 6 seed in the championship. So even if, like the standings were to finish like this, VIP, this might be the year that.
Yeah, TA is way too high right now to be to be playing into his role.
Man, I mean, sorry, Chad, but when we're right, we're right. But I think from what I'm seeing, at least right now, I can't remember the last time a toilet bowl team won in the first round. Definitely don't remember a toilet bowl team ever making it to the championship. I think this might be a year where that could possibly happen.
Yeah, for
sure. Depending on the team, because there's going to be some really solid teams that end up in this toilet bowl because of how, how 2 through 9 in this league is all so clustered right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let's do we did preseason power rankings. I want to say you have those written down somewhere, but I'm not going to ask you for that now. But
I definitely do. I don't know where though.
They're
on my other laptop.
10 games to go. Let's go with our power rankings, top 3 right now. I'll let you go first. And people in the comments, I would love to see other people give us their top 3 in power rankings. So, Colby.
I'm going to go Andy, Monahan, Phantom.
Okay. So Phantom's run, you think is real?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
Yeah. Okay. I think A&D is definitely number 1. I think anybody who would say otherwise is, just a hater.
Got a lot of them.
I'm tempted to put Phantom at 2 right now. Because I think you're right. I think they are really good. I want to say us, but we've been a little inconsistent lately. Haven't been hitting that great. But I'm going to go A&D 1. I'm going to go Phantom 2, Buckley 3. That's going to be my power rankings.
Okay. You guys got to figure out that run differential, though.
I know, man.
That's a scary place for you boys.
It was tough for us this week because we had we lost by 20 last night.
Oh, true. And the forfeit.
We had a forfeit win. We had a forfeit win on Monday.
Right.
Right. Obviously no excuses. Monahan was the better team last night, but it does suck for us that it's we were off for 4th of July. We were off for 2 weeks already. Rusty. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't get to play Monday.
Right.
And then, we went into Wednesday, super rusty, but
that's true.
All right. So Venuti's got A&D, Buckley, and VIP. That's a hot one for a power ranking there. VIP.
Power ranking from the toilet bowl. I like that.
Yeah. Wow. And then Dugas, he's with us both on Phantom. Obviously A&D at number 1, but he's got faith in Peterson.
Venuti just made a comment just so we could see his picture up again.
I love it. But I think, yeah, it just, every time I look at it, it's just crazy to see, second place team right now is 3 games above 500. And the 9th place team is 3 games under 500. It's 17 games into the year. That's pretty crazy. I don't remember seeing anything like this before.
If you cut out the top team and the bottom team, that league just looks like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Should we get to some picks here?
Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't made picks in a long time.
Too long.
because we missed an episode. We missed a week.
And
then we
it
had
was
just the All-Star game week, and then we had
Mhm.
last week. All right, Chad. Chad's got 2 teams that nobody else has had yet so far. So Chad's got 2 and 3. He's got VFW and Torromeo. So I think that is that just like blind regional like loyalty there, because now we've dubbed Torromeo regional. And that's just Chad being like, all right, I'm gonna stick with it. I mean, that could be it, but cool. So I think I mentioned it during the All-Star game episode, but you made a huge comeback on me on the picks. So let me flash this banner here. So you are now only 1 game behind me. So I'm sitting at 28 and 19 on my picks for 6 and 1 on my pick of the week. You're 1 game back, 27 and 20. You're 5 and 1 on pick of the week. And then the guest pickers.
I'm still due for that extra pick too.
Yes, you do still have an extra pick of the week. And then our guest pickers are, I think, percentage wise, are beating us right now. They're 23 and 10 currently, 5 and 0 on the picks of the week. So let's get to it. Picking the games this week. Give me 1 second. All right. How's that look?
Perfect.
Sweet. All right. So first, as always, we got to pick our showcase game, the extra game for this week. So our choices are the ones here in white. VIP Phantom. That's going to be the 8:30 game on Monday at Martell. Buckley Torromeo 6:30 on Monday at Martell. And then we have the Phantom Peterson game 8:30. So Phantom's got the 2 8:30s this week. And then Torromeo VFW 6:30 Martell. So Torromeo's got 2 6:30 Martells. Phantom's got 2 8:30 Martells. Can't wait to hear about how shitty of a schedule I make, but that's just how it is. So what do you think for one of those 4 games?
I think with us talking about Phantom being on a roll and VIP talking about how they're putting up so many runs and they need to get out of the toilet bowl and confident that they will. If they're going to do it, they got to do it now.
So you're thinking this game?
I think that game.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. The only other one I was kind of leaning towards was this Buckley Torromeo, just because the last time we played them, that was like the Artie walk-off game, and it was a good one. But I agree. Okay. I think this one's pretty interesting, this VIP Phantom game. So we'll go with that one. All right. So why don't you lead us off here with that game right away?
I'm going to roll with Phantom. Huge away team too.
Yeah. I'm going to go VIP here, actually. I think as much as we've been hyping up Phantom, everybody loses games every once in a while. I feel like they're kind of due for an L. And VIP, I mean, they could totally make me look stupid like they have in the past. But, they're scoring runs. I think if they can play some defense, they could win this game. So I'm going to go VIP. Ooh, how do we get out of here? All right. Next up at the Legion, NHI Peterson. Ooh, this is a tough one. These are 2 teams that are just not playing well. But I'm going to go with NHI in this one.
I'm going with NHI as well.
All right. Next up, Twardowski. Really tough game here. We've had a lot of people asking us to start flexing games, to start like flexing like good matchups to like 7:30, 8:30.
I don't think this would be the flex game.
I'm thinking like this is a game that would get flexed out typically. Like this is where people want it to be. This is where the people want this game to be played, is at Twardowski.
They might even just bury us over the Legion. Be like, you guys are actually switching.
So we're gonna both go A and D there. Really hope we both got that pick wrong. And I'm not gonna be a dick. I'm not gonna take A and D as my pick of the week. Monahan VFW. Here's a good one.
What time is that?
7:30 primetime game. Good primetime game.
Yeah.
Two teams here. Big week for Monahan. I'm sure TA has already been on top of this, but they got VFW on Monday. They got A&D on Wednesday. So this time next week, we're gonna if Monahan was to sweep next week, look out.
Yeah, that's huge.
I am gonna take Monahan though in this game on Wednesday and on Monday.
So I feel like with Raymond, it's gone back and forth on like whether he's on or not pitching wise. And I think Monahan will make him work for it. So I can see him kind of getting off his like rocker a little bit. And I think I got to go Monahan.
All right. So not a lot of only different on that first game there. But on to Wednesday, VIP Buckley at Twardowski.
Until VIP shows me something, I got to go with Buckley.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go with Buckley. So yeah, we're gonna be pretty similar in the standings coming into next week.
Yeah.
NHI Holtz on Wednesday. I'm gonna go Holtz.
You're fucking lying.
I'm gonna go Holtz. I'm gonna go Holtz.
I'm not gonna go Holtz. I'm gonna go with NHI.
You don't have to go with Holtz. And I'm not doing it just so we have some different picks here. This is kind of the Rusin revenge game, I feel like a little bit. Now the might get the Holtz boys kind of fired up. These are the two teams that are in that big trade. So I'm gonna say this is where Holtz breaks the streak and pulls off an upset in this game. I mean, technically it's the 9 versus the 10 seed, but yeah, I'm gonna go Holtz there.
I love it.
And then last game, A&D Monahan at the Legion. You got A&D.
Except I believe we're without Cap next week. I think Dustin's away for the week.
Is he?
Yep.
I'm gonna take Monahan.
I think it's beach week.
I think Monahan potentially sweeps this week. Yep. I think especially if Dustin's out, I think. And actually, it doesn't really matter for you guys. You guys are kind of a big next man up team.
Like, we got the hot cut hand Dugas ready to pitch.
You'll throw Dugas on the mound. It's only a matter of time before Tucker wants to go pitch on the mound.
He does. He does want to pitch.
I'm sure he does.
I might show up in a suit for that game. Who knows?
Yeah, you got to start wearing like full suit, clipboard.
Have you seen my cousin Vinny when he shows up with like the jacket with the tail? Maybe that'll show up. Who knows?
Awesome. Well, we are right at that 45-minute.
We got to make our picks.
Time. Oh shoot, you're right. We do. Good call. All right. I am gonna go with
who we doubling down
on. Should I go Holtz in this one?
That's really putting your money where your mouth is.
I'm gonna go with Monahan in this game against VFW.
Okay, I like that one. I think
my inside scoop on that one is Josh Moore's bachelor party this weekend.
Oh, true.
So he might be a little sluggish,
a little sleepy
on Monday, or he could just be not there altogether.
All right, and I want. I'm gonna go Buckley against VIP.
Okay. I actually was really like when I was looking at these games before, I was fully expecting you to take VIP in that game. Now I'm even more shocked that you took us as your pick of the week.
I think that you have a lot of veterans on your team, and the early game at Tward plays into you guys know how to play on that field.
Yeah, I mean, we've played a ton at Twardowski this year. I think this might be our last game at Twardowski, actually, for the rest of the way. I mean, there'll only be 8 games after this, but all right. And you don't want to use your bonus one this week?
Not this week. Nope.
Keep hanging on to it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now we are ready to shut it down for the night. Again, thanks for everybody that hung out. We're starting to get definitely more people that are watching this live, which is great.
I think it helps when I announce it too, which is nice.
Yeah. And again, apologize for missing last week. Apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning of this week. But yeah, should be another great week in Merrimack. Before we go, Colby, you got anything Any last words?
Nope. Someone just come and try and take my spot. Let's go.
All right. Well, until next week, we'll see everybody down in Martell on Monday. See ya.